Welcome to another live session all about the Happiness is Real conference. So I just want to say, I kind of put my camera in different positions today. When I look at here, when I look at you now, we are then live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And to you, when I look in that direction, and we'll have someone here. Hello there. Then I'm connecting with you on Instagram. Welcome. And as you're already waving your hands, that's the only way I can see you because we are live on so many platforms, social platforms in the same time. So let me know when you are here, saying a wave or a smile or whatever. And what I'm going to share with you now, if you have any questions, drop any comments or experience in the chat box. To those of you who don't know me, my name is Camilla Kalberg, and I normally go live every Thursday. But because I'm organizing an event called Happiness is Real, How to Thrive Before, During, and After Divorce, that event takes place on Saturday. And because of that, I go live every day up till Saturday. Some of the days I have speakers with me where we do an interview and talk about their topic of speciality or that topic or that niche. And today I'm gonna it's a Q&A session because I've received so many questions regarding the event. And if you're sitting here with a burning question and you want to engage, drop your question in the chat box. If you don't watch me live or watch this show live, send me a DM. It may also be that you want to keep your privacy space, then send me a DM as well, and I'll get back to you. And I just want to say, I am so ready to rock and roll this conference on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And so are all my amazing speakers. In total, we're 6 amazing speakers, and we are a back team around, I don't know, 5 or 6 people. So it's actually a big team setting up the Happiness is Real conference. And I will say that over the last couple of days, when I'm sleeping, I'm thinking about the event because it is so powerful. It's so powerful. And why is it powerful? It's powerful because so many women and men suffer from psychological abuse. Psychological abuse is real. It is real. Unfortunately, we don't talk about it so much in the media. That I want to change actually because it has a big impact on us adults, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and even a bigger impact on our children. And I don't think maybe some out there in our global world knows that, but we don't communicate that well, that how our children suffer. And I have a very, very strong calling to help you thrive so you can help your children thrive, right? So if you haven't bought a pass yet to the conference, buy that now because it's life transforming. It's not just bullshit. When I say it's life transforming, it is life transforming. And if you get the right tools to up level your life, it's really about up leveling your life and change your mindset. You will see magic and wonders in your children. So children are so close to my heart, and the only reason why they don't behave as we want them to is because you don't do what is expected. You are not in thriving in the best version as you can, right? So anyway, enough for that. The Q&A session, that's what it's all about. And just before was going live, my dear assistant Deborah said, hey, Camilla, could you just talk 1 minute about sponsorship? Because we have received a few questions about sponsorship. So let me just take 1 minute on sponsorship and go back to the long list of questions I have here on my screen and talk about the event from a participant perspective. So here's if you want to sponsor the event. You may be a lawyer, you may be a therapist, you have a big organization with supporting with psychology treatments or whatever. the two ways here. You can either support it as an event sponsor or media sponsor, so we can reach out to more women. Also, what I've suggested to a few lawyers is actually I'm so happy to do a joint interview so you can spread it in your organization. Because obviously, if you're a lawyer, if you are family law in the family law niche or business, then that's we are here together to help save lives, right? So I'm all up for supporting whatever you do in order to brand this event. I'm also in engagement or conversation with what do you go in teaching institutions. So whatever you show, whatever business you're in, and you want to support this, and you know that you have audience that can benefit from joining the Happiness is Real conference, reach out to us and we can help co-brand. All right, enough about sponsorship for now. A few questions. I'm gonna look at my screen here because we have received quite a few questions. Who will be on camera? That's a really good question because we know divorce is a private matter. It is sensitive. We are very vulnerable when we show up. What we want to create is the container. It's a safe container, and that's the reason why only speakers go on camera. Only speakers go on camera. And that's a question then, do I have to be on camera? You don't have to be on camera. By default, we have muted you and you're taking off your camera. If you want to switch on your camera, you are welcome to do so. We will unmute you if you have a question when you want to go on stage. If I'm not on camera, can I still ask questions? Sure you can. Sure you can. You can unmute yourself without camera and ask your question, or you can drop your comment in the chat box. You can be a comment that everybody can see, or just send me. I'm gonna be the moderator as well, so just send me your questions. So send the questions directly to me. I want to keep my private space. Can I change my name on screen? Certainly you can. Here's what is, when you buy your ticket, you buy your pass, you register with your name and your email. So we know who is going to join. And you will receive emails with the welcome email with link. You can, of course, change your name because, as I mentioned before, divorce is a private matter, and it's okay that you don't want to put on your screen or your name on screen. You may have clients in the room, you may have employees in your room, you may have colleagues in your room. You don't really want to share what's really going on. It's okay. Just put like Mrs. Happiness. Put Mrs. Happiness in, or Miss Happiness, whatever that works for you. That's what works for you. How do I ask a question if I want to keep my private space? That is a really good question. And it was something that we in the speaker panel in the back end really talked about before we were actually launching the event. Privacy is so important for us. We know how vulnerable you are right now. We know how you suffer, and we don't want you to suffer even more. We want you to help you thrive. So how you can ask a question if you want to keep your privacy space. As mentioned before, now I'm going back and forth here. Some questions I can sense. Send me a DM, or send one of the speakers a direct message, and we will pick up from there. I will be the moderator, and maybe my dear assistant Deborah will be a moderator as well. So send one of the host or co-host of the speakers your question. So that was it. And remember to change your name. Remember to change your name on the screen when you actually sign in. Then you change whatever, sunshine, happiness, flower, whatever. I love color of red, whatever that you really want to resonate with. Just use that nickname. All right. Okay, here's another question. Very, very important. And before I drop it, I say psychological abuse has no gender. And let me say it again. Psychological abuse has no gender. Women can be, may I use the word, as mean as men, as mean as men. Be belittling others, showing up with disrespect. Psychological abuser has no gender. All right. So, question here: I have a male colleague who suffers badly from divorce. Can he attend? Of course he can. But first we launched it, we say it's an event powered by women, to women, because I'm serving women. I'm the one that hosting that. But actually, as I'm launching this event, more men has reached out. And of course, it's not only the women who should thrive, it's also the men, because like I just received, received from the universe. I connected with a new client, and he has a son, and that son suffers badly. And when you joined me in the beginning, children are so close to my heart. So of course, men, if you are a man and suffering from a psychological abuse, join this webinar. You are so welcome. This is all about how to thrive, right? How to thrive. And thriving has no gender. You talk about replay. How does that work? That's a really good question. After the event, that is in my time, I'm based in Copenhagen, Saturday evening, I will upload the event, the replay, to a hidden Facebook group, So only those of you who have bought a pass can access the replay. So if you bought a pass and you have to drop out back and forth, you can do so, and you can listen to the replay again. And I think we have a timestamp on this. I can't remember right now what the timestamp is. The thing is, and I think it's most important, is that it's a hidden Facebook group. So get your pass to this event now. What happens if I can't attend the event? How can I then listen to the replay? That is such a good question, because I've received a few questions on that. I know, like in Denmark, it's half term, people are out traveling with a family. It may not be that they can sit at home and just listening to this in the private space. Here's what you can do. If you don't want to sign up for the conference, and then you can get kind of immediate access to the replay, I'm gonna offer the replay for you in a limited time frame. And that's because I listen to you, I want to serve you. So that opportunity will be available in the shopping cart on happinessisreal.com. I think from Saturday. I'm just going to talk to my developer on when we're going to launch this and when she can actually put it up, right? But you will have the opportunity to purchase the replay. Can you tell me more about the live Q&A session that takes place next week? Okay, so there was a question regarding the private space of the private container I'm hosting next week. Everyone who has bought a pass to the conference will be invited, have the unique opportunity to meet me. I think it's on Tuesday next week, where we're going to talk about what we actually talked about in the conference. And I think, at least what I remember when I was suffering, and all the clients I have in my practice right now, or as I have, and I'm so happy to serve, when we are suffering, we may not all grasp everything that we are told. And that's the opportunity for you to ask another question. How did that work? But here's my situation. How can I apply it to my situation? So that's all about helping you thriving even more, and use the tools that we have taught you. Use that and kind of reframe it into your situation and your life, so you can thrive and start creating your better life. Can you, and also about the Q&A. So the Q&A, you can ask any question that comes up, right? There may be questions that come up after the conference, and that's why it's so good to have this. It's not one-on-one, but it's everyone who wants to take advantage of this free live coaching, jump on that call. and you will receive a link to Zoom as well on this. I will, if you have any questions to how I thrived and how I healed faster than any therapist had ever imagined I could, and how I helped my daughter thrive, ask questions. I am so happy to tell how I healed, because I want to inspire you that it is possible to thrive. And I know what I know to be true is that I healed faster than any therapist has told me was possible, and for my daughter as well. So ask any question that you can find inspiration in, and then can help you thrive, right? You can also ask questions about my group coaching. I'm launching group coaching in the backspin of this conference. That is week commencing the 14th of March. I think it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now. So ask all the different questions you have, which is all about helping you to thrive and get a better and more abundant life. So use this Q&A session, that Q&A session, as your container to really step out of whatever you are on that divorce journey and swap it around, create a better feeling story that helps you go out and create an impact in the world. Do you really believe, oh, that's very powerful, this one. Do you really believe that everyone can heal after psychological abuse? Yes, I do. And I feel that my body reacts. Yes, I do. Everyone can heal from psychological abuse. The only thing it requires is that for you to be open, have an open mind, because it's all about starting from the inside out. I spoke with someone the other day. I speak with so many people, but someone about healing. And we all look at the outside in perspective, but that is not where change starts. Change starts from within. I think actually with Alessa, who I interviewed yesterday, and it change starts from within. So as long as you want to live a better life, you can heal from psychological abuse. And you can help your children heal as well, much faster than any other psychologist or therapist would ever tell you was possible. Do you? I really admire your openness and that you share your story. Will you go give more insights on how you healed in the conference, when on conference? Yes, I will. I will go on stage as well and talk about my story. I will tell much more than I have shared now in the open, because it still is a private matter. I kind of, you say, I commercialize it. I commercialize from the perspective I want to make a movement in our world, that psychological abuse is something that we say no to. Stop psychological abuse. So, but still, that's not everything I have told. So I'm going to tell even more about how I thrived and how the pain I experienced. But also when I came to that crossroad, what really happened, right? What really happened. So you will get all my insights, and it's not bullshit. It's not bullshit. I actually have my coach on stage, Rita, who it's not about confirming, but it's my story. It's not made up. It's real. What platform? That's a good question. We will be on Zoom, and you will get a link to Zoom in your welcome mail. When do I get the link to the Zoom conference? Really, really good question. You will get the link in the welcome email. So save that email in a good container or a good folder, so you know how to find that email or how to find that link. And I also think that we will publish the link just before go live. How can we network after the conference? Also, that is a really good question as well, because what we promote and what we talk about on our website, www.happinessisreal.com, is the opportunity to network. And that is the amazing Q&A session that I offer Tuesday next week. So come join and buy a pass to the conference, and you have the opportunity to network with me and the other women who suffer. And this is really a bad word about suffering. It's just right where you are right now doesn't serve you. Those of you who buy a pass, you want to create a much better life. And that's an amazing opportunity, and take advantage of this. I'm not really sure the conference is for me. All right, that question I actually have received or heard quite a few times. I'm good, Camilla. I still suffer. My co-parenting project does not work at all, but the conference is not for me. Okay, so here's what I want to share. And I actually just took some notes just before going up online. And can I just find it? Maybe I can't. But here's what is to be true. It's your thoughts that keeps you, prevents you from moving forward. If you want to change your life, and if you want to live a better life, a life where you thrive and where you have happiness and you have peace, this conference is for you. This conference is for you. We have organized it. I have organized it, and we put it together, me and 5 other amazing women, to help other amazing women and men to thrive and to no longer linger in the pain of this bad divorce or the toxic relationship. And here's what I know to be true. And you have heard that if you've followed me for a while. It's all about the story that you tell. If you tell a story that doesn't set you up for success, guess where you will be? You won't achieve success. So yes, this conference is for you. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of showing up. Now we're given everything that you can actually ask for. So you can just show up as who you are with a mask on, right? You don't have to reveal who you are. You can put like happiness, sunshine, I love life, whatever you want as a tagline, put that on. Just show up. And those of you who told me I don't have the money to do that, here's what I'm gonna challenge you. Can you afford not to invest in yourself? Can you afford not to invest in yourself? It's $47 only. And for that life changing event, and you can get a better life, to be honest, I think you can afford that. I think you can afford that. It's about the willingness and the openness to embrace new perspectives. All right, you will love it. You will love it. We go on stage and put a lot of love in to help you get a better life. Who does that? What an opportunity that is. All right. I am so overwhelmed right now. My situation is really chaotic. Can't you just tell me what to do differently? Wow, wow, wow. I heard that in many discovery calls. But here's what I know to be true. It's all about the mindset. It's all about your mindset. You can adjust, and you have to adjust the thoughts. The thoughts keeps you away, it protects you from thinking. What I'm going to talk about now. It's only the thoughts that prevent you from tapping into the beautiful that is in your life right now. You can always say, and that's what I'm teaching my daughter right now. We only have two emotions. We can either suffer or we can thrive. We can see all the beautiful things in chaos. So what I invite you to do is that, no, I can't tell you what to do, because that is not how change happens. Change happens from within. I had to work on myself. You have to work on yourself. It's not about a pill. So many people ring me and call me and say, Camilla, just what should I do differently? But that's not it. You have a whole life that kind of with different and specific belief system. You're going to change that. I'm not you. You're going to change that. But what I know to be true, and I did it myself, I worked on myself. I was committed to change. And now I healed. I have healed, and I thrive. And actually, what I did was that I took my experience of divorce, I turned it around, and now I help other women and men thrive, right? And so if you just look at life from that perspective, just imagine what opportunities will come to you, how you can get another perspective on your divorce story, and how you can help other women or men, people thrive, right, and get a better life. Just imagine the impact you can create in the world. I think that is all the questions. So here I just want to say it's about overwhelmed. Here's just a will and another. So I just can't stop sharing. What you focus on, you get. It's like the law of attraction, right? So remember, think about what you want rather than telling yourself that you're overwhelmed. Just imagine and just think about where you will be. You will be overwhelmed. You will be sucked in that black hole of emotions. But where do you really want to be? Where do you want your life to be? In the beautiful state, right? Then start telling yourself where you want to be, and then just lean forward and embrace every opportunity that is for you to go on that journey to reach where you want your life to be. All right, so that was the Q&A session I had. I can't see any questions, neither from Facebook, and hello to you, or no, sorry, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I know there's been some challenges with software use Streamline or StreamYard. If you have any questions and I haven't seen them, send me a DM and I will get back to you right away. And just in ending, why do I organize this event? A really, really good question. I organize this event because psychological abuse is real. It's real. And I have heard before, and that was actually in the aftermath, really realizing that I was a victim of psychological abuse. Everybody told me, but psychological abuse is only for those who come from poor family, who had no education really. But with so many labels they put on women or men, or they're too weak, who were victims of psychological abuse. But hey, let me just stop you and can feel it so fierce right now. I come from a very successful family. My mom and dad are very successful. I'm successful from a professional perspective, but been working in BP, Shell, IBM, right? I had my own company since 2016. So I'm not one of those uh, people you want to box in and said she didn't have an education. She just was in whatever, in penny, and she sold whatever she could with lousy money. No, that was not my case. That was not my case, right? But here's what I know to be true. I so much wanted love. I so much wanted love. And I also know what to be true is that if you are grown up, or if your family environment has been toxic and you didn't get any help when you were a child or when you're growing up, most likely you will take some of that abuse into your adulthood because you don't know what to do differently. And that's the reason why I host, that's not the topic of the conference, but I host this conference because I know there are so many women out there, also men out there, who suffer from psychological abuse. And I also know to be true that, and I experienced myself, you don't know where to turn to because psychological abuse is a taboo in, I think, many countries, if not every country on our planet. How many countries do we have right now? 174 or so? Whatever. We have more than 150 countries, and we accept or tolerate psychological abuse, and we don't talk about it. And when I realized, and when my sisters told me, Camilla, this is psychological abuse, I had to look up what does psychological abuse mean. And I was so shocked, and I feel my body reacting right now. And yes, I could say yes, yes, yes. All right. And I did a live last week about fear of reaching out for help. I reached out for help after a long while, and I'm so proud I did. And that's why I'm here on stage today and serving you as divorce coach. And what I know to be true, that so many women and men, you don't reach out for help. You don't reach out for help. And what I know to be true is that if you're stuck in a psychological violent relationship, it also be that your mom has not really treated you well, cold love. What happens is that you would be suffering mentally, psychological, and physically. And until you have healed, and if you have children, you cannot set your children up for success. I start to use an analogy here. You have to take on the oxygen mask first before you can help your children. And what I also know to be true is that in this toxic family environment, the kids cannot behave because The adults, it's us, you and me. We don't know how to behave because we act like children. And then this is really, really strong for me. So you have to pull yourself together and reach out for help. Seek help, right? You need to heal. It's not about a couple therapy. That may be good as well, but you need to help. So all this and kind of leading up to a very, very strong calling I have to change the world, change the perspective on how we view psychological abuse and why you should reach out for help. Um, so I just I hope you can feel my passion about that, but also my focus on changing the perspective of psychological abuse. And it's all about thriving. And psychological abuse, a marriage that ends, is not the end of your life. It's not the end of your life. It's just about any other hiccups that comes. And then you have to learn, you get to learn how to do life differently and what's really important for you, right? So it's all about that. When we're here, I'm here with an amazing 5 other women to help you thrive and get wherever you are on your divorce journey, help you heal and pen out what you need to focus on, and you will know where to start. And so here, and that was actually the phrase I was looking for. Nothing stands between you and your desire apart from the thoughts that you think, right? Nothing stands between you and your desire but the thoughts that you think. So it's about changing your belief system, your patterns, and then you can achieve and reach any goal you have. So with this, I'm just going to close now and say thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, hi, Lorraine. I love you. Remember to buy your pass to this amazing, amazing life transforming conference. If you tuned in and you say, I'm not ready, I have healed. All right, you're healed. But if you want to be inspired, join this event. And because we know statistically 50% of all marriages fail, right? So if we're now 5 or 6 on here, okay, 3 of us has experienced some type of relationship failure. So, and if you haven't healed, reach out to those who you know have divorced, and they may not have healed. Invite them in. Invite your colleagues in, and especially I know that here's on Instagram. There's a few men, and I'm so appreciate that you're on here. Invite your colleagues in. You invite your best friends in, because sometimes men are not so good at reaching out and asking for help. But you need as much help as women. But luckily, also a few men have started reaching out for private coaching with me now. So I'm so happy for you to reaching out, because that's the only thing that you can do. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. So go buy your ticket, www.happinessisreal.com. It's on live this Saturday, the 19th of February, 10 a.m. Eastern time. 3 p.m. Lorraine time, Dublin time, and 4 p.m. Copenhagen, Oslo, Berlin time. We have speakers from Miami, San Francisco, kind of in the middle of America, Greece, myself in Denmark, and my lovely and dear coach Rita in Norway. So we have global team, global event, global speakers on. And it's going to be a global event because we have people signing up from everywhere in the world. So with this, welcome to this event. This event is going to be live. It is life transforming. So don't miss it out. Don't miss it. With this, Lorraine, I love you. Thank you so much for joining up and signing up. And I'll reach out to you a little later. And thank you all guys for showing up on Instagram. Remember to DM me if you want to have a conversation. You are new to me. So just send me a DM if you want to have a discovery call. You can also go in and book discovery call at my website. Soon to be updated or upgraded. So with this, have a beautiful rest of this Tuesday. The sun is shining here in Copenhagen. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow and on Saturday. Much love, and bye for now.